He wasn't going to read anything into it. No way, no how. "Babe." "I was wondering if you wanted to hang out, but I can see you're busy." She gave him a slow once-over, and he smiled. "Yeah, gotta take a rain check on that. I've got to go to this charity party for military working dogs." He had to give her credit. She was cool as a cucumber, and had never pushed him when he was busy. It's the only reason she'd lasted so long. Showing affection for him, or trying to cling, made him run in the other direction. "Oh, that's a good cause. That's the only way anyone would get you to wear a tux and that mask." "I know," he growled, stepping back as he closed and locked the door. He headed for his vehicle in the driveway, and she said to his retreating back, "Call me later. I'll still be up." He waved in a noncommittal way, still trying to tamp down the urge to crowd the buttoned-up doc into a dark corner and get up close and personal with her. The drive over to the U.S. Grand Hotel, located near the Gaslamp Quarter, touted as the historic heart of San Diego, with its Victorian architecture, was slow this time of night. He'd been here often with Becca, as the lively neighborhood was a draw for the younger crowd with its clubs, dive bars, and cocktail lounges. With Balboa Park, the San Diego Zoo, Horton Park, museums, plenty of places to eat, and a smattering of theaters and cultural centers, it was a huge tourist attraction. He left his truck with a valet and walked up the pavement to the front doors of the imposing structure. Entering the expansive lobby, he mingled with guests and other arriving patrons. Several women glanced his way, but he was distracted thinking about seeing the dock again. He passed through the expansive lobby with its seating arrangements, decorative Doric columns, and bright crystal and gold chandelier. As a poor kid growing up in squalor, this place made him edgy. It was no different than being in his gear slogging through the jungle or kicking up sand in some hostile desert. Seals didn't know the meaning of being out of their element. But to hell with how he was feeling. He was here to do a job for Alyssa, and he wouldn't let her down. He saw a huge red, white, and blue banner that said Military Working Dog Foundation and followed it to the ballroom, where the low hum in the room rumbled as he approached. Outside the door were harlequin jugglers, stilt walkers in regal reds and glittering golds, and fire eaters. He stepped inside, producing his invitation for the woman at the door. Although, with this get-up and the mask, how she could think he was going anywhere else was beyond him. Her eyes lingered on his face, briefly meeting his eyes and then sliding down to his mouth and along his jaw. "Go right in, sir." "Thank you," he murmured, immediately scanning the room. He was just getting the lay of the land, scoping out the finger foods and the champagne, he told himself. He wasn't looking for anything, or anyone, in particular. He liked his life just as it was. Keep the status quo because routine, like training, was grounding. But pesky change seemed inevitable. He had his family. His brothers and the brotherhood were all he needed. Females only complicated things, and they were bossy when they had a hold of a man's heartstrings. He'd prefer them to have a hold of his dick with either those wonderfully soft hands, those beautiful, skillful mouths, or gloving him in tight, wet heat. He knew exactly what to do with a woman's anatomy. Sex was so damn easy. His eyes snagged on a woman in the crowd. Part of it was the stunning outfit she wore, but the other part was the way she held herself. It seemed so familiar. The high waistline hugged her ribcage, the gold bodice accentuated her breasts, and the tiny sleeves caressed her lean shoulders. The mask on her face was gold, sparkling and filigreed, and the shoes gold, strappy, and embellished with pearls. But the crowning glory were the butterfly wings and a graceful arch from her back. Her dark hair was piled up on her head, with one curl cascading down the side of her neck. The mask accentuated the lower half of her face, the delicate cheekbones, the sensual mouth, and determined jaw. Then she turned her head, and his breath backed up in his throat. His jaw went slack, and all he could do was stare helplessly. The plain Jane caterpillar had morphed into the ethereal butterfly queen. He pulled at his tie, and it unraveled. Unbuttoning the tab at his collar, he felt like he couldn't breathe. She had him by the dick right now, and he didn't like it one damn bit. "You've been transformed, Alyssa," her closest friend, Holly Moore, said with a smile as she sipped champagne. Holly and Alyssa had grown up together in San Antonio. They had gone to vet school together. Holly had chosen a teaching position at the University of California Veteran.